9x squared plus 6x minus 8. We should always be looking for greatest common factors when we start these problems. And we do not have a greatest common factor on this one, and it's going to be a split the middle again. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 9 times 8, and actually let me just identify that for you. 9 times 8 is 72, and the factors of 72 are 1 in 72, 2 in 36, 3 in 24, 4 in 18, 6 in 12, and 8 and 9. And what we need is we need to combine to get 6. And in fact, it's going to be the 6 and 12. It needs to be negative 6 plus 12 because this is a positive 6. And now we're splitting the middle. So we've got 9x squared minus 6x plus 12x minus 8. And we're grouping. Here's a group, here's a group, and the greatest common factor between 9 and 6. The biggest number that divides into both is 3. Between x squared and x, it's the lowest exponent, which is x. So when we factor those values out, 9 divided by 3 is 3. X squared divided by x. We had 2 x's, we took out 1, we still have 1. Over here, 6 divided by 3 is 2. We had 1x, we took it out. We don't want to write it again. Write down the plus. Biggest number that goes into 12 and 8 is 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3x. And then negative 8 divided by positive 4 is negative 2. Got that squeezed in again. But what we see is we see it 3x minus 2 from each group. And then a 3x plus 4. When we look at problem number 8, we haven't seen any of these, but when I look at this, a squared plus 64, I want to say, oh, it's a difference of squares. But remember, difference of squares means that there's a minus sign where the plus sign is right there. So there's only 2 terms, and we cannot factor that because that is not a minus, so this one happens to be prime. So moving on to problem number 9, we have 1, 2, 3 terms. When we see 3 terms, it seems to be split the middle. 3 times 16 is 48, and when we look at the factors of 48, it's 1 in 48, 2 in 24, 3 in 16, 4 in 12, 5, 6, and 8, and it seems that it's going to be 6 and 8. It needs to be negative 6 and negative 8, and luckily I've got some space here with 3x squared minus 6x minus 8x. Notice, minus 6x minus 8x gives us negative 14x plus 16. And then we can group. Greatest common factor in the first group is 3x, lowest exponent. When we factor that out, 3 divided by 3 is 1. X squared divided by x is x. We had 2 x's, we took out 1, we still have 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. We had 1x, we took it out. Write down the minus sign. That's what people miss. Greatest common factor between 8x and 16 is 8. When we factor out negative 8x divided by negative 8 is x. 16 divided by negative 8 is negative 2. And then when we finish here, we've got x minus 2 from each group, and then we have 3x minus 8. 3x minus 8.